Introducing another new generator from Maxpeedingrods. This new MXR3500 boosts up to 3,500 starting watts, which is 200 more than the previous model. This generator is able to produce 3,000 running watts or up to 25 amps. And much like the previous models, for the most part everything on the faceplate is the same, which when it started with this new 3,200 watt that just came out last year. Now there are a couple differences with the 3,300 and the 3,500, one of them mainly having a carbon monoxide detector, but there are a couple differences from the newest model that came out. As we take a look at the specs, you can see the rated speed is at 4,600 for this particular model, but the new generator actually has a higher rated RPM. It's now up 250 RPM at 4,850, which is one of the highest that I've seen. Also, the manufacturer has changed from Gulyu technology versus before it was actually manufactured from another company, which I assume is probably just right down the street. But Dinkin Power was actually the manufacturer of this unit before, so I'm wondering if there is any difference. So we're going to go ahead and pull off these plates, we'll take a look, and then also add some oil so we can get it fired up and do a sound check as well. As we take a quick glance at the motor, you can see for the most part this looks like the same as the other engine. Now it is manufactured from a different company, and you can see it says Maxpeedingrods on the sticker up there, and it is a 145cc engine that is manufactured from the same company, and neither one of these are California compliant if you actually look up on the sticker there. But for the most part, we'll go ahead and get moving on to the next step, which is adding some oil, and then we can get this fired up. And while you guys are here, smash that like button, subscribe if you like the videos, and make sure to ring the bell if you want to see more content coming soon. And now when we get this all buttoned up, you'll see that the oil is at the bottom of the threads. This is when you know your generator is full. And so we'll go ahead and finish closing this up, get it put back together so we can go ahead and get it outside and fire it up. Now when filling up your generator, 87 octane is the highest octane you'll need for these type of little engines, and if you want you can run a non-ethanol fuel based as well. But you should always consider using some type of a fuel conditioner or a fuel stabilizer. I happen to like Lucas Oil products. They've always worked well for me when utilizing outdoor power equipment, and this will always ensure that it'll start when you need it to and more. And another tip is also don't fill it up past the indicator, that little red line there, when you're filling up your generator. This will prevent a lot of problems down the road. Now since this is the first time starting this, we'll put this into the choke position, and we're going to pull on the starter cord about 3 to 5 times to help move some oil in the engine, and also bring the fuel down into the carburetor. That way when we give it one big pull, hopefully this should start it. Make sure your eco is also in the off position, and away it goes. Looks like it's actually going to need a little bit more time, but we'll put it in run, and there it goes. It kicks off, and now it's ready. Alright, so looking great and sounding great. This is definitely one of my favorite little generators. It's actually been pretty popular. I don't get a lot of complaints on this unit. If anybody happens to own one of the previous ones, comment down below. For me, I like how light this unit is and the amount of power that it provides. Plus, for me, I like the 30 amp RV plug that happens to be underneath this kind of big compartment right here. I'm going to put this in eco. As we take a look at some of the features it has, right here is that RV 30 amp plug. And then it does have the 20 amp plugs next to it as well. But one thing also not a lot of people are still doing is putting weather protection caps on everything. That way it keeps all the dust and dirt out of like the parallel ports and your USB ports next to that reset button. But this will provide 2.1 amps and 1 amps, and it even gives a little light. We're going to go ahead and get this down and do a sound check and see how well it does compared to the other one. At 23 feet away in the eco mode, coming in at just about 60 decibels, and this is right where the other one was. And since we have the other one, we'll see what it sounds like with both of them running. That way if you happen to buy two and in parallel, this would kind of give you an idea what they sound like. Plus I haven't ran the other one in probably a couple months, so it's about time. And we'll go ahead and give it one more pull. Away it goes. Now both of these are in eco, and this would represent a low load. And also on concrete, this is where they're going to be the loudest. And now with two of them running together, it ended up only adding a couple decibels, which to me, you can hardly tell the difference except for the hum back and forth. So overall, I think these two units sound great together. Now, if you happen to own the 3300, let me know down in the comments down below how well it's been working. And if you want to see the full load test on the 33, check out this video right here.